Today we're going to make a line project. We're going to trace around the outside of our hands, overlapping them, and then we're going to color them in with different colors in a color family and add lines and designs. This is a practice drawing for our next upcoming project. Line is an element of art. It's one of the choices artists make when they're picking out what they're going to put in their artwork. We've learned lots about types of lines. You've learned about zigzag, curly, and thick, thin, dashed, and we learned so many different types of lines. Most lines are organic shaped lines. They're the lines that make up other objects. When you're drawing, you use lines to mark the outside of an object. That's called a contour line. We're going to do contour line drawings for this project, so we're working on the outside of our hand. To create the contour line drawing of your hand, you're going to trace your hand at least 4 times. You're going to position your hand from each side of the paper. One on this side, trace around really close. We're tracing with a pencil so that the marker doesn't get on our fingers. Then after you trace, you're going to make sure that your hand goes all the way back to the paper. Turn the paper to the next side. You're going to trace around. You can trace your own hand or you could ask a friend. Remember, we're trying to practice tracing for our next project, so I'd like you to try. This doesn't have to be perfect. It is our practice for next week, so just try your best to get all of those outlines. And again, you want 4 hands traced overlapped, 1 from each side. After you trace your hands 4 times with pencil, you're going to make sure you have a table saver under your paper. A table saver is a mat that catches the mess. And then you're going to outline all of those pencil lines with black Sharpie. Black Sharpie is permanent. It doesn't come off. Make sure the Sharpie stays only on your paper. Good thing we have the messy mat to catch our mess. After you trace all of the hands with black Sharpie, you're going to start coloring in with a color family. You're going to pick 3, 4, or 5 colors to color in these shapes. The shapes aren't the shapes that you know in math class: circle, triangle, square. They're organic shapes. You're going to just pick colors, and I picked the cool color family. So with the color green, I'm going to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, and you'll notice as I'm coloring, I'm going around the outside, and then I move the marker and I go back and forth making steps. You want to try your nicest, neatest coloring. You're going to continue this with at least 3 colors. Once you color in your spaces, you're going to add some lines and designs. You can leave white if you want to. Pick white spaces strategically so you have some color and some white, and then you can add the different lines and designs. There are ideas around the room for different kinds of lines, like zigzags and spirals and dots. Have fun adding different lines to make your art more interesting. Here are examples of different color families and their position on the color wheel. You're going to pick a color family with 3, 4, or 5 colors and color your artwork. Another good resource for the color families are the animals at the front of the room. You could see primary parrot, secondary spider, hot dog, cool cat, monochromatic mouse, and the complementary color chameleons. Pick one of those animals and the colors on those to fill in your artwork.